Hello everyone, my name is Christian and welcome back to my hobby blog. Today I want to do a spoiler-free review of the Liveship Traders by Hobb, of which book 1 is called The Ship of Magic. And then we also have book 2, Mad Ship. And then to close off the trilogy, we have Ship of Destiny. So I just finished this trilogy yesterday. I was in a sort of book club in a Discord that I'm in for Road to Top Allen, and we all sort of happened to start the book together. So we were like, hey, let's read these together and just kind of talk about it. And so that's sort of how I became involved in this trilogy, because I've been wanting to read it for the last year. So I got these books for my birthday, I believe, last year, or even Christmas. I can't remember, but I remember finishing Farseer Trilogy like 3 or 4 years ago, and I did a review for that on my channel. That was one of my first videos I had made, and I love that series a lot, or that trilogy a lot, and then I just never got the motivations to start this, and I'm so happy that I did, because this is one of my favorite trilogies ever. I don't think there was a single chapter that I would ever consider filler. Everything just constantly builds upon each other, and everything in the series feels very constructed in terms of the story and also the world building, because Robin Hobb is somebody who does not waste a single word. Every word seems very intentional, and just the way that we constantly get reveals and sort of more details and context around what's happening in the series, and also on the bigger series overall with Realm of the Elderlings. I was really impressed with these books. I absolutely loved each of the characters, even if I loved to hate them or love them because they were actually people worthy of love. I just really enjoyed these books so much. The character arcs that we get in the series is just absolutely incredible. Some of my favorite characters include Althea and Kenneth, although he is definitely a villain. I love to read him. I love to hate him, I guess would be another way to say that. And also the journey that Wintro goes upon. I was just blown away by his journey, and the writing in his chapters were my favorite, in my opinion. And seeing the journey that all of these characters, even the ones that I haven't mentioned, like Ronica or Kefria or Rain or Malta, oh my god. Uh, my feelings on her were going all over the place. At times I hated her. At times I pitied her. At times I was thinking she was my favorite character of the series. And it's just really incredible, the writing that Robin Hobb does, because all of these characters, you go from either loving them or hating them to the other side of the spectrum. And sometimes these characters were not really characters I gravitated towards. I think one character in specific I did not really care for all that much was Kefria for a large swath of this trilogy. I just did not really care for her. I thought Ronica was much more of a interesting character for me, and it was just incredible seeing the journeys that these characters went on, because so much happens in the series. Again, every chapter could be just, or could not be considered filler, in my opinion. This series is just incredible. I'm just kind of rambling, but I will be doing a spoiler discussion with my book club, or it's not my book club, with the book club that I was a part of. But I'll do that at some time later when they are both finished. But so I'll definitely go into a lot more details about that. But this is just more spoiler-free rambling. But I book 1 was really easy for me to read, and I want to say that I was averaging about 100 to 200 pages a sitting every time I started reading these books. Although Farseer Trilogy, I had a really hard time getting through that series. It took me over a year to read it. This trilogy only took me about 3 or 4 months about, and I just loved every step of it, every page, every character. I love the settings as well. I really enjoyed the world building that Robin Hobb was engaging in this trilogy, because the big difference between this series and the Farseer trilogy is that Liveship Traders is multi point of view compared to Farseer trilogy, where we only see the POV of Fitz. And I thought that was a much needed change, in my opinion. That was one thing I did not really like about Farseer trilogy. I thought it was a near perfect trilogy, but again, it just took me a long time to get through those books, because I did not like to be in Fitz's head all that much. And although I really enjoyed his journey, and I was a lot more emotional with that series than I was in Liveship Traders, I think Liveship Traders was much more satisfying to read. And I think that also has to do with the pirate element, because I've always been sort of a someone who was just fascinated with pirate history. I took many classes in college and even got a minor in history, because I was constantly taking sort of old history, pre, I guess, modern times, over 2,000 years older, or it was in the beginning of colonialism and empires and all of that. And I find that to be a really fascinating period of our history. And I've always just loved pirates to begin with. One of my favorite bands back in high school and into college was Elstorm, which is like a pirate metal band. So I've always really enjoyed sort of the pirate culture. I don't know how to really explain it, but I really love that element of the series. Also, the differences between just normal vessels versus the live ships, the live ships, I guess we should call them. It was just fascinating to read about them, and I love each of the personalities. I thought that was just one of the most fascinating parts, and it's something that we didn't really get anything about in Farseer trilogy, which is fine. It really allowed us to focus in on what was going on in the Farseer trilogy, but we did get a few mentions of, I guess, the Six Duchies, I believe, is kind of the nation that is farther up north than where we are in this trilogy. That's where Fitz and everyone is, and we had a mention of the what are they called? The Branded or something like that. They're the ones who were being like mind controlled and sort of let loose like zombies. And Farseer trilogy, we did get a few mentions of that towards the end of this trilogy, but aside from that, there were no crossovers, which I was perfectly happy with. I wanted the series to be on its own, and it very much was. It really filled in the world a lot more to me, and I'm very excited to begin the next trilogy. So I'm not sure if I have any other thoughts on this. This was very much a ramble about just my initial reactions, as spoiler free as I could make it, and I'm definitely going to be doing a discussion with the other book club members, and that will probably be uploaded within the next few weeks. I'm still waiting on them to finish. There's really no rush, so I'm going to be continuing on Malazan Book 8, Toll the Hounds, and I'll also be continuing on with the Mahabharata, which I'm really enjoying both of those books a lot. I've been reading Malazan all morning. It's about 1:30, 1 o'clock right now on Sunday, so that is what I've been up to. So thank you all so much for watching. Please let me know what you think of this series. Try to keep it as spoiler free as you can make it, because I do want this to be a spoiler free video for people. I don't want people going into the comments and getting spoiled, so that would not be fun. So thank you all again, and please have a great rest of the day.